Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching United TNT and this is Kostob. Yes, we have done it again. Manchester United has defeated Crystal Palace at Old Trafford by the score of 2-1. We have now won 6 matches in the last 7 under Michael Carrick, and that is a phenomenal record. We have moved into the third position, equal to Aston Villa on points, which is 51, but better in goal difference by at least 3 to 4 goals. And that's how we've come to the third position. It is something that was unimaginable had you told this or asked this in the month of October or November when we were playing negative football under Ruben Amorim. But yes, this has happened. We have moved into the third spot. Manchester United is right now the most informed team in the Premier League. We have won 19 points out of the potential 21 that were available since the start of this year. That is 6 games winning, 1 draw, that draw against West Ham, which still pinches us. But yes, we have gotten 19 points, the most informed team in the Premier League, and the longest unbeaten run right now in the Premier League as well, spanning to 11 matches now, 7 under Michael Carrick and 4 under Ruben Amorim. So yes, that's what has happened over the weekend. United has moved into the third spot. We are currently sitting comfortably in the third spot with 51 points, having a 3-point gap with Liverpool, and now I think a 6-point gap with Chelsea. So yeah, that's a very good weekend for Manchester United. And this is the video that we will probably now delve into what went in the match, how we performed, what were the player performances, Sesko scoring again, Bruno Fernandes again with a spectacular performance. So please stay tuned and watch this video. So a quick match recap of how we got this win. I think from the minute go, Manchester United were not in the game. We were very sloppy. We were losing second possessions. We were losing first balls, second balls. We were having wayward passes in our build-up, which led to a lot of times Crystal Palace winning the ball and attacking us. That was very evident in the second minute where there was an attack on our goal. The scorpion kick by Sted Larsson, which he missed. Otherwise, it could have been a goal as well. Followed by Ismail Assar, who was cooking throughout the match. He was taking on all the United players on that wing. Shaw was having a troublesome time managing Ismail Assar. I think it was the 4th minute where he shot on goal, and that was the shot that led to the corner from which Lekwa scored. I think the goal by Lekwa was a soft goal because Lenny Euro, who was marking Lekwa, left him for a split second and Lekwa headed the ball towards the goal. It was a goal in slow motion. When the ball was going, I was like, someone will stop it. Lamens will dive. It will go above the bar or something like that. But it just kept going in and it was a goal. So it was a shock start for United in the 4th minute, going behind to Crystal Palace, who, as I said, have been faring really well at Old Trafford. We have not won against Crystal Palace at home for the last 2 seasons. And the ghost came back to haunt us with that 4th minute goal that they got. Post that, I think Crystal Palace was still on top. 11th or 12th minute, Ismail Assar again putting pressure on our right-hand side and getting a shot away. It was Luke Shaw who courageously went in and blocked the shot, and I think in turn injured himself because after that tackle in the 11th and 12th minute, where he stopped the cross from Sarr, he was not playing very comfortably. And I think in the 22nd minute, he had to be substituted. A sad story for Luke Shaw. This is probably 1 or 2 seasons that he has played injury-free in his United career. And I hope that it is just a small injury and he's back playing, not probably the midweek game, but at least the weekend game. Shaw has been performing really well and it will be very sad to see him sitting on the sidelines again. Yes, Crystal Palace were on top. I think till the 30th or the 32nd minute, United were not in the game. There was no slick passing. There was no control on the ball. And it was looking a little scary because United is the team who's had 7 days of break and Crystal Palace played midweek their Conference League match. So it was a juxtaposition of why Manchester United is not able to play, whereas Crystal Palace were at top of their game, right? After the 32nd minute is when we came to life. We had a couple of chances. Two Bruno Fernandes crosses into the penalty area. One was a Harry Maguire header that was cleared off the line by Sarr, and the other one was a Casemiro header that went a little wide. Other than that, it was just the Fernandes free kick that we had a chance, and it was a very good free kick. I think a good save from Dean Henderson, who always has a point to prove when he comes back and plays at Old Trafford. But other than that, I think first half was a forgettable half for United. Other than the couple of half chances that we had, we were not in the game. And that is sad, right? That is really, really sad. However, in the second half, when United came out, they were playing with purpose. They were playing with energy. The passes started to click. We had control on the ball. And that's how we got the penalty in the 51st minute, where Cunha made an excellent run from a pass from Bruno Fernandes. Yes, the penalty was debatable. I think for me, the penalty was not debatable, but the red card was. And we will dive into this conversation in the latter half of the video as well. But yes, the 51st minute, we got the penalty. 55th minute, Bruno Fernandes steps up. There was no doubt that he will not score. And he did not disappoint us. He scored the goal. And post that, it was just United barrage of attacks starting to take place because we had the man advantage. Although we have had this situation before against Everton where we lost the game 1-0 when Everton was playing with 10 men. So again, there were some ghosts that could come back and haunt us, but we were playing under Ruben Amorim that time, and right now we are playing under Michael Carrick. No, that did not happen, and United were attacking wave after wave. And I think in the 64th minute is when Bruno Fernandes put that splendid cross in, and Benjamin Sesko headed between two defenders. It was a difficult header, but between two defenders, he was the one who jumped the highest and got the connection to the ball and scored a peach of a goal again. Benjamin Sesko, 6 goals in the last 7 games, deservingly starting the game and proving to Michael Carrick why he should start more often. So yes, we got the go-ahead goal in the 65th minute. And post that, I think we had a lot of control in the game. It was United who was still attacking, trying to get the third goal, putting the match to bed. But that did not happen. Ahmad came on. He had a couple of shots saved by Henderson. There was a Mainu shot as well, which was a very good shot that was going definitely inside the goal, but Henderson was up to it. He saved that as well. There was a Casemiro shot from a cross from Mbeumo, who thought that he has scored as well. But I think Henderson was on point on that save as well and did not let Casemiro score. So a lot of chances after we went ahead, a lot of clear-cut chances as well. But for Dean Henderson and his saves, I think Crystal Palace were in the match, and till the end they were attacking. There were moments in the 80th and the 90th minute, in those 10 minutes, where Crystal Palace had a couple of attacks, but they could not capitalize on that. So all in all, we got the win. We could have gotten the third goal as well and put the stadium to ease, put the fans to ease, and it would have been a comfortable 3-1 win. But we could not score. But still, at the end of it, we won the match, and I think that is more important. So 3 points is what we gained again, 51 points, sitting third in the table. So all in all, a good performance, a good comeback win. It was not a tough win because of the red card and because we went one man up. But had it been 11 versus 11, I don't know how the match would have gone. Maybe it would have ended in a draw. Maybe United would have still won it. But I know we would not have lost the match for sure. So yeah, that was the match for you, and United winning 2-1. Now, I also want to dwell on some of the talking points that I felt were something that we should probably take care of in the coming matches. First of all, the lack of control that we had in the first 30 minutes. United were playing as if they had zero energy. They have had probably just 1 or 2 days of rest between matches, and that's how they have come on the pitch, which is contrary to our situation right now. We have good 6-7 days rest between matches, the most that any team can get in this time of the season, right? And United were terrible in controlling the ball in the first 30 minutes. We were giving balls left and center to Crystal Palace. We could not hold the ball. We could not control the ball. We could not string 5 to 10 passes together because someone or the other would lose the ball. And surprisingly, our star player, Bruno Fernandes, was part of this. Matthias Cunha was part of this. Kobe Mainu was part of this. Diego Dallo was part of this. Luke Shaw was part of this. So most of the team was part of this. And we did not have control on the ball. And that is why Crystal Palace were dominating us in the first 30 minutes. So I think for the next match, Michael Carrick has to motivate the players in a way that when we start the game upfront, aggressively, and making sure that we are putting pressure on the opposition team. Otherwise, if we get 1 or 2 goals behind in every match coming forward, it will become difficult for us to gain back those goals and then go for the win. And at some point of time, we will start losing games if we do not have this control. So yes, that was something scary that probably I had not seen in the last 6 to 7 matches under Michael Carrick. So that was a surprise. Another talking point, I think, was the penalty and the red card. So for me, my opinion, it was a clear penalty. Yes, the foul started outside the penalty box or the 18-yard box, but it carried through in the 18-yard box as well, right? So Lacroix had his hands on Cunha's shoulders. It looks a soft penalty if you see it in slow motion. That is what we saw on the VAR referee check. But I think it was a decent enough contact by Lacroix on Cunha for him to go down inside the penalty box and claim that penalty. So yes, a definite penalty from my side. But where I do not agree with the decision is the red card. I think the red card was a little harsh. Had that card not been a red, probably a yellow or just a penalty, I don't think any Manchester United fan would have complained about the same. However, because now it became a red card and a penalty together, Crystal Palace were pegged back as well. And that is how the game changed, right? If you see the slow motion, when Cunha is going down, Cunha had Lacroix on him. On the right-hand side, there was another defender who was coming in and Dean Henderson was coming out as well. There is no rationale where you can say that Cunha would have been the first one getting to the ball and the defender has denied a goal scoring opportunity to him, because I felt Henderson could have come out. I felt the other defender could have come to him and probably blocked the cross as well. So it was a soft red card for me. Had it not been a red, it would have been okay. Just a penalty would have been fine. And the game would have probably shaped very differently had that happened. But sadly, that did not. And we got the penalty, which I'm happy about. They got the red card, which I'm also happy about, because in the end, we won the game. So that was my stance on that penalty review as well. And the third talking point for me is Manchester United's performance, the overall performance in the second half. Yes, we had a man up. Crystal Palace were down to 10. But I think the energy, the purpose of passing, the slick passing that we have come to see under Michael Carrick, the 1-2s that players play, I think that started happening from the minute go in the second half. And had Cunha not won the penalty, I think we still would have scored against 11 men as well. It would have been a draw for sure. How we would have won it is something else. But I think that is what we probably have to see to start games with. That kind of energy, that kind of passing is what we were missing in the first half. And that's why we're in this situation. We were the ones who were pushing for the third goal as well. So that is a very good mindset that the team now has. Because under Amorim, if we had a 1-0 lead, we would sit back and start defending. And that's how a lot of matches we ended up drawing 1-1, 2-2, or even losing by a goal. Because our mindset changes as soon as we take the lead. Ruben Amorim was infamous for defensive substitutions rather than forward-thinking substitutions. He would take up 2 forward or 2 attacking players and put on 2 defensive players once we were 1-0 up or 2-1 up. And that is why we've drawn so many matches in the past or lost matches. But I think the push for the third goal was very clear here. And I think that is what Michael Carrick has done. So these were the couple of points that I felt were something that we should discuss from the game. And yes, now coming to the player performances, I think for the player performances, we have to talk about Bruno Fernandes and Benjamin Sesko. Bruno Fernandes was the man of the match. He has again scored a goal, assisted a goal. He is now sitting at 13 Premier League assists for the season. And I really, really hope that this season is the time when he crosses the 19 assist record that right now is currently running in the Premier League, I think by Kevin De Bruyne. I really want Bruno Fernandes to take up that record of 20, 21 assists this season because I think he deserves it. He is our star player. I think he fits in every team right now in the European leagues, be it Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool. He can play in any team and make it better. So Bruno Fernandes, top performance. Yes, he was also part of some bad passing in the first half, but he made it up in the second half. The penalty was cool, calm. The cross to Sesko was impeccable, pinpoint pass, and he had already told Sesko a couple of times in the games what kind of runs Sesko needs to make. And I think they had that understanding, and that's how we came up with this goal. So Bruno Fernandes, a brilliant performance, followed by Big Ben, Benjamin Sesko, 6 goals in 7 games, deserved the start, proved why he should start this game, and got that goal. A good performance by Sesko. In the first half as well, he had a couple of chances. Again, Bruno Fernandes' cross going to Sesko and Sesko heading it, but saved by Henderson as well. And in the second time of asking, he made sure that his header is that accurate. Now, next up, we have a tricky trip to Newcastle United. Manchester United's form against Newcastle has not been great, especially at the Newcastle Stadium, Sports Direct Arena. We have not fared well in that stadium. And this is a midweek game, Wednesday night, followed by Sunday game against Aston Villa, who is right now our direct competition for the third spot in the table. I think these two matches are really, really tricky for Manchester United, and our season will be defined how we perform in these two matches. If we come out with 6 points in these two matches, I think third place is guaranteed for us, and we should be definitely hoping to play Champions League next season. But if we do not perform well in these two games, then it will be a fight till the end against Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Chelsea at the same time for those third, fourth, and fifth spots. So yes, a tricky match. We will have a pre-match build-up ready soon, probably by tomorrow on the match against Newcastle. Till then, if you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel. Yes, United has finally broken the jinx of defeating Crystal Palace at home at Old Trafford. We have done the double over Crystal Palace. And finally, we are sitting in the third spot in the Premier League. After, I think, 2.5 to 3 years, we were third in the Premier League table, I think, in the 2022 season. And yes, we want to hold that position. We want to make sure that we are finishing the season in this third position. So yes, till then, keep watching, keep liking the videos. And before you go, a fun fact, I wanted to say this in the beginning, but I think I skipped that part. There were 4 matches this weekend, Sunday night games in the Premier League. So there were 4 games. All those 4 games were home victories, and all those 4 games were victories by the same scoreline, 2-1. It is something that is not seen very easily, and it is a very rare phenomena that all 4 matches have ended in the same scoreline, have ended for wins for the home team with the same scoreline, right? So yes, that fun fact. Till then, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting. You're watching United TNT, ggmu.